Well, hello everybody, I'm Paul and welcome again to my kitchen. Today I'm going to do one of my favorite old standbys, pancakes. So easy to make but so good, so filling, so yummy. And I'm doing this for my good friend Laura Webb that lives in England that tried to make some pancakes the other day and it just came out atrocious. And I don't use the word lightly. Maybe she'll let me put in a picture of them. So anyway, I just want to make a quick video, and I'm always getting requests for simple recipes, so this one will definitely be a winner, definitely be a keeper. It's a little different if you've ever made pancakes before, and it's a little different than using the box, but boy, they come out awesome. So stand by, we'll take you to the action. Okay, the first step, what you want to do, get your griddle, get your pan, put some oil down, and get the oil heating on a medium heat, so it's ready when you get this done. So this is real simple. What we're going to start off, throw our one egg in there. Most of it. Okay, we want to start with about 3/4 cup of milk. Don't gotta be exact about it. This is the part that sounds a little silly, but it really makes it, and usually you don't see this in the recipes. But we want to go with 2 tablespoons of vinegar. I know you're saying, whoa, that's crazy, but you'll see why in a minute. Just bear with me. And we got 2 tablespoons of white vinegar, any kind of vinegar, don't think it matters. Okay, what we want to do is get 3 tablespoons of sugar. And I took a second to wipe that spoon off because you don't want vinegar in your sugar, for sure. So there's 3 tablespoons of that. Then we're going to add in about a cup of flour. There we go. Okay, next I need about a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And then I'm going to add in a 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder. Oops, hit the camera there. Sorry about that. And this is the reason we needed our vinegar. If you ever played around with baking soda and vinegar, you know it bubbles a lot. So we put in 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda in there. And now I just need a little bit of butter, 2 tablespoons. Alright, here goes 2 tablespoons of melted butter. We're going to stir that up, and we're going to put it into a pourable Pyrex container so we can easily pour it onto our hot grease on our griddle. I'll show you the finished product here when I'm done stirring it up. It smells good. Don't let the vinegar smell scare you. It's supposed to be there. That's what's going to make your pancakes very airy, fluffy, unlike some people's. Okay, we're ready to pour the batter on. If you want to know if your grease is ready, you can always put a drip there on a corner. If you see some bubbles around the outside of it like we are, then you know you're good to go. Now, your first 1 or 2 are always going to be wasted. So I usually start by just putting a small one, just one small one on, because generally those ones go to the dog or get tossed because they're just not right, but that's typical. So you can see the bubbles forming around the perimeter. That's what you want. It means we're getting close to a good temperature. Of course, you don't want it too high and burn your grease. So that's looking good. And then you'll see bubbles start coming up through the middle of the batter. That's going to be your clue as to when it's probably ready to flip. You don't want to flip it till you see some bubbles coming up through there. There we go. Right. Let's see, you can lift and take a peek. It's nice and white still, so give it another 30 seconds or so. And once you get it going, you're just like a machine, you know, you can do 2, 3, 4, however many you want. You don't have to have a griddle. This is a real old one, hand-me-down from the mother-in-law, but sure does make it nice if you do have one. And you can see I've got plenty of grease on here. We'll flip it over like that, and see that golden color is what you're after. Don't worry, making pancakes is always a little bit messy. Okay, get a plate with some paper towels ready to put them in. And what I do is get me a little spatula. And you see how that's risen up there? That's all your bubbles inside, making it nice. See that? Now when you cut into that, that's a proper pancake for sure. That's what you want. You want it to rise up a little, you know. We're not making crepes. I've got another video for that. I'll put it in the description. These are pancakes, not crepes. So you know, that's done right there. That there's going to be good to go. You can test it, the first one, you know, until you get experienced at it or whatever. See, you got just a little bit of batter that you don't want. You want it to be all the way done. So give this one a flip. Our griddle's still warming up. You can see now it's bubbling a little bit hot. A little bit more vigorous around it. That's really what we're after. There we go. So when you cut in, just like when you're checking for a pie that's done or whatever, you don't want to see any liquidy batter. There we go. Oh, it's looking good. Now as our griddle's warming up, our oil's warming up, the other ones will be proper. Like I say, the first one's always it's not bad, but it's kind of a throwaway one. Okay, now we're down to the serious business here. And this is a little bit thick. We could water that down a hair bit if we didn't want them so thick. I like them thick. We'll do them thick. There we go. You gotta be exactly round. Now you can see the bubbles a little bit more aggressive than the first ones. And once she's up to speed, it doesn't take very long at all to make and flip, make and flip. I did want to show you the process, you know, not cut out the first bad ones because that is definitely part of the deal. So we're just waiting to see our bubbles coming up through there. And you can smell them. They're smelling good. They're fun to do. Fun to eat. If you ever get a chance, get you some of the real maple syrup. That's the good stuff. size is up to you, but remember, bigger isn't always better. You give them too big, they're too darn hard to flip. This way you keep them nice size. You can work them a whole lot better. See how the bubbles around the perimeter are a little bit more aggressive than the first batch, the first throwaway one. And you can see the bubbles coming up in the middle. That's giving us a clue that you can see it doesn't take too long. Once she's up to speed, these ones are getting a little bit gold already. There we are. Nice. If you want them just perfect, you can cut away the extra and leave it in the corner. That's a nice gold color though. That's going to be some good eating. Good. Gotta kind of keep after them. You don't want them to get too done. Can't like walk away and get distracted. So you see, you can do probably 3 or 4 at a time on here once you get it going, depending on how many you want to make. Looking good. Yeah. There we are. 2 perfect ones. You just do more of the same. I'm getting hungry. Those are keepers. Give us a look. Oops. That's alright. There we go. So if you want them perfect, you can just pull the extra away. Put it to a corner. Nothing to it. Or if you got a dog, you can give them little extras. They'll love you for it. Those are looking good. Well, that's about it, guys. Nothing to it. As always, thanks for checking out the videos. I got a bunch of other cooking videos on the channel. Especially if you want to see how not to do things. Check them out. Take care, guys, and we'll see ya.